What's good, y'all? Smash that like button. Hit subscribe because it's that time again. You're back in the kitchen with Frank. So listen, in my last video on Tiffany Henyard, I asked y'all, how many court dates does this woman even have? Like seriously, how is she out of town right now? We saw her kicking it in Atlanta with Ladaz and his goofy self, just out here vibing. Dude was wearing slides like it was a vacation. No stress, no worries, you'd never guess. This lady has 50+ lawsuits breathing down her neck. And lettuce. The feds are watching him too because of that sketchy St. Patrick's Day deal and that so-called youth program that looks like it never even existed. But judging by how chill they looked in public, you'd think none of this heat is real. Well, guess what? Today, sis had a court date. Big shout out to Carlton from Go Political and my guy Kurt Marucci on the right take, aka the super server. This man has served Tiffany 6 times. SIX, you know she hates to see Kurt pulling up, but I love it. Respect to Kurt for staying on her reckless behind because honestly, she needs full-time surveillance. And guess what? She's gonna get exactly that once the FBI comes through with that sentencing. When they finally lock her up, she'll be supervised for life. But right now, she's still walking around acting untouchable. I got this hookup, that hookup, girl, no. Them connections, gone. She got voted out like 95-5 brutal. That means 9.5 out of every 10 folks in Dolton can't stand her. Imagine going to a grocery store with 100 people and 95 of them hate you. Even at the gas station, 9 out of 10 want nothing to do with you, and that includes the cashier. Now let's talk about Atlanta for a minute. Word floating around is that Tiffany's been down there trying to buy a house. Now Lukai can't personally verify that, so take it with a grain of salt. But if there's even a sliver of truth to it, girl, how? What kind of fantasy credit score are we talking about here? You think you can just roll up and drop $500,000, $600,000 on a property like the FBI ain't been tailing your every move? Ma'am, please. The second she even thinks about wiring that kind of money, federal agents are going to bust through the windows. Like it's a Netflix crime drama. SWAT style. Y'all really want to see Tiffany Henyard get arrested? Wait until she tries to close on some luxury house in Atlanta. The feds will be there before the ink dries, but truthfully, I doubt she's actually buying a house. It does not make sense, not with that kind of financial smoke surrounding her. And let's not forget, Atlanta is still America. It is not some secret hideaway. If she thought she could sneak away down south and fly under the radar, baby, she's delusional. Tiffany Henyard is just as recognizable in Atlanta right now as she is in Chicago. That's how far her antics have traveled. She didn't just embarrass a town, she became a national joke. And let's be real, this whole saga was never supposed to go viral. It started with one small village, Dolton. Just 20,000 good, hard-working people who didn't ask for this circus. But all it took was one headline, one viral clip, and boom, she cemented herself as the most ridiculous mayor in modern history. Congratulations, Tiff. You didn't just lose your job, you became a punchline across the country now. Shout out to Carlton over at Go Political. Was watching one of his recent clips. He had some great footage, mostly of our guy Kurt doing what he does best, serving justice again. I was going to run the audio, but Kurt had some copyrighted heat playing in the background, real solid music. But I'm not trying to mess around and get demonetized. So shout out to Carlton for staying on top of it. That's community journalism at its finest. Small correction. Carlton, I think the court date was today, not tomorrow. Don't fall into the trap of getting the dates twisted, because you know Tiffany will try to weaponize that. That's her move. Flip the narrative, call you the liar. Accuse you of pushing fake news while she's out here dodging accountability like it's an Olympic sport. So yeah, we gotta keep it tight. Keep the facts straight. This is chess, not checkers. And things are heating up quick. Some of y'all keep saying, she's already finished, bro. Nah, not quite. Not until them cuffs are on. Not until that mugshot drops. Until then, she's still roaming free, still talking, still scheming, and still thinking she's untouchable. But that illusion's cracking. She already got voted out. That chapter's closed. She's not the mayor anymore, not the boss, Quampin of Dolton. Now, she's just another person with Wi-Fi and a bad attitude. All those power moves she used to brag about, poof, gone. That entire network of connections evaporated. And now, word is she's been skipping court. Ada cannot confirm it firsthand, but that is the consistent chatter. And honestly, I would not be the least bit surprised. It is exactly the kind of bold, reckless behavior she's known for. The type to think she can blow off court like it's a boring meeting she just does not feel like attending. But that kind of arrogance only flies for so long. Eventually, the system catches up. Judges get tired. Prosecutors lose patience. You don't get to dodge responsibility forever. Keep ghosting court dates, and they're gonna file that warrant. If one hasn't already been issued, it should have been. Somebody better double-check that, 'cause she's on borrowed time. And let's not forget all the damage she's caused: financial wreckage, ruined reputations, businesses dragged into the dirt. And for what? Her personal gain. Her ego trip? It is absurd. She has to be held accountable. This is not just about political drama anymore. It's about justice for the people she trampled along the way. She better bring her behind to court and face the consequences like a grown woman. But if she does not, then I hope they go ahead and issue that warrant. I want to see them pull up and scoop her up off the street. Oh, she earned every bit of that. She deserves to be held accountable, and not just in some symbolic, she lost the election way. No, I'm talking about real consequences, real justice. Because this ain't just politics anymore. This is deeper. This is personal to a whole lot of folks she harmed. And let me be clear, I've been covering Tiffany for over a year now. Maybe a year and a half. And trust me, this story, it ain't wrapped up yet. It's not over until she's in cuffs, until she's locked up. And maybe after that, you'll see a Netflix documentary. Maybe Hulu picks up the rights and drops a limited series. But let me tell you this, she ain't getting a dime. She won't be doing red carpet interviews. She won't be cashing in. She'll be sitting in a cell, watching her own downfall play out on TV. That's how the movie ends. And frankly, it's exactly how it should. So once again, big shout out to Kurt, the super server doing the Lord's work out here. And props to Go Political for keeping the footage coming. We still do not know for sure whether she showed up to court today, but we're watching. And we're going to keep you posted every step of the way.